taking place, breaking norms, setting trends. Wage of the day, uncontained, making space, cultivating grace. Yeah. Filling space, converging minds on the same page. Every day, every way. Word of the day. Word of the day. Conversation. What's going on, everybody? Y'all know what it is. It's Wade's word of the day. Let me turn this echo down. I feel like I got a little bit of echo going on here. Everybody show some love tonight. All right, I see you, Brother Jermaine. I need everybody to tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come on into space. I'm doing the same thing. It's Monday, 8/14/2023. Why does my mic sound very echoey? So let me kill that. And let me maybe go here and do some here. All right, that sounds better. That sounds better. That sounds better. All right, everybody, tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come on into space tonight. Come hang out with your boy real quick. We're not going to be on long, but long enough. It's Monday, and y'all know how I feel about Mondays now. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Mondays. So go ahead and tag, text, and tell somebody. Tell them to come on in the room. Let me get over here. Some of these other spaces as well and see what's going on. I'm tagging some folk too. You all should do the same. All right. Let me do that real quick while we're getting ready over here. All right. Okay. Y'all forgive me. I know. I don't trip off of dead air when you're taking care of business. So how's everybody going? Come on, check in. How's everybody doing? Not going. How's everybody doing? Everybody check in for me real quick. Somebody give me a sound check. I just want to make sure that I'm coming through the way that I need to be coming through on tonight as well. So everybody give me a quick sound check, and you can just simply do that by saying hello. How you doing? If you can hear me real good, go ahead and just holler at your boy. I certainly would appreciate that. All right. What else we got going on here tonight? There we go. All right. So everybody go ahead and hit that stars button. We're asking everybody all in the month of August. 300 has kind of been our number. So go ahead and, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit those stars button. Hit that stars button, 300 stars tonight. If you can. I don't see anybody tagging and texting and telling somebody. So I need you to go ahead and do that. And while you're doing that, let me just say this. It's going to be all right. Yeah. Be all right, be all right. Life is strange, full of pain. joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say. Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better. Yeah, better days are coming. All right, everybody check in with me. I want to know how you're doing tonight. Towards the end of the show, I'm going to take some of your questions. So go ahead and drop them in the comments section if you don't mind. Matter of fact, I can take some right now if you want to share some questions. But let me just, it's Monday. It's Monday. You know, just I love Mondays. I really do. I really do, because Monday brings about fresh opportunities, fresh chance, a new day, new opportunity. I can put last week where, way back there, and all of that good stuff. So I just love Mondays. I really do. And I love Wade's Word of the Day, because I love coming into the space and just, giving some encouraging words, really being transparent in a lot of ways, just sharing, just talking, all of those different things. Good to hear, Sister Lori. I'm glad that you're doing well. And I am doing well too, feeling well. So just a lot of things going on. Yesterday was just a phenomenal day, just in terms of Sundays with LHBC. Hey, I'm grateful for everyone who tapped in. Are you listening? Really listening? That I felt like that word really hit. And so go and check that out. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, check out some of the clips, but you can also go back and watch the whole kind of broadcast. Baddest Man in Guitar Land was on fire yesterday in terms of playing. The music, great discussion on the back end. And then obviously, I felt like the word was what the word needed to be on yesterday. So, all was well. But while your boy, I opened my eyes about 3:00 in the morning, right? Monday morning. Yeah, I still love Mondays. But I woke up, I don't know what happened, just my eyes opened about 3 a.m. this morning. And I'm looking, and, something is flying around. And at first your boy was like, yo, I'm tripping, I'm dreaming. This must be a dream or whatever. So I kind of, closed my eyes again for a minute. Then I opened my eyes up again, and then I'm looking at the ceiling, and something is in your boy's house flying around. I mean, sure enough, for real. Sure enough, flying around, right? And I'm like, what in the world? Huh? What is a bird doing here? When you when you sleep, right? When you sleep, you kind of sleep, you think everything is a dream, and it's all kind of like slow motion or whatever, right? And so now your boy had a bat in the crib, and it was bananas. Tried to close it in the room. Joker got out, but ultimately, hey, I shoot it all up out of the house and everything like that. But it was crazy. I was like, man, what in the world? Where does this happen at, right? How do things like this happen? But at the end of the day, that's life, right? In life, certain things happen, and you just have to figure out how to bob and weave. In some cases, you got to figure out how to duck. In some cases, you got to figure out, get the broom. You just got to figure it out. That was one of those situations where it was kind of like, and here's the thing. The reality is we got the bat out, right? But after going back and researching on how to remove a bat or whatever from your home and all of these particular things, we did everything absolutely wrong. Everything. We did everything absolutely wrong. One from, you know, popping up and kind of being startled and moving fast, you know, to vacate the room and all of those particular things. Just wrong. In terms of, you know, flipping on the lights, just wrong. Shouldn't have, you know, yeah. And then not realizing, even though they're blind, they censor your movements. And so if you're moving, um, they can censor or see where you are. And so moving down the stairs, the doggone thing followed me. And so as I move, you know, when I move, you move. You understand what I'm saying? The bat was like, just like that. Yeah. When you move, I move, just like that. Yeah, that's what the bat was doing. You know, so it followed your boy. You dig what I'm saying? And then ultimately, so the bottom line is, did everything completely wrong. But here's the good news. Even though we did everything completely wrong, it still worked out. Even though we did everything completely backwards, just kind of uninformed, it still worked out. And sometimes, you know, as we go about living, sometimes things just work out. And I don't know about you, but I'm glad for the days when things just work out. You have no idea how they're going to work out. You're not prepared. You're ill prepared. You don't have any of the things that you would need intellectually to deal with the thing that you're dealing with, but somehow it works out. And I don't know about you, but I'm extremely grateful for those days that even when I'm not prepared, that even when, is anybody picking up what I'm putting down? Have you ever been there where you just have a moment and you're just grateful that it worked out? You understand what I'm saying? And I would suggest, even on this Monday, you know, as I'm thinking about that, sometimes in life, even as we move in purpose, even as we are on this journey of discovery and learning and building and growing, sometimes just walking in favor, things just work out. You ain't studied up on it. You weren't expecting certain things to happen, but somehow it works out, even though you did absolutely everything the wrong way. But it worked out. And can I suggest to you tonight, that's kind of what and why I love him, that I love our Savior, because he has a way of stepping in and causing things to work out, even in the moments when we are not prepared to deal with some of the things that we have to deal with. So I want to encourage somebody on tonight. I want to speak to somebody on tonight. Yes, you ought to be growing. You ought to be studying. You ought to be learning. You ought to be stepping out to find out. But there are times in life when you just don't have it all together, but somehow, in some way, it all works out. And I wonder, do I got somebody tonight who would just in this moment throw your hands in the air like you just don't care and just give him one moment, even on this Monday, of thanksgiving, because it worked out. You don't know how it worked out, but it just worked out, and you are just grateful because life sometimes has a way of throwing things at you that you're not expecting. It's kind of like in this situation, you look up, like Biggie said, it was all a dream. You know what I mean? But it just kind of works out. It's kind of like what the writer says, in all things, whether I'm good or whether I'm wrestling in the unknown, in all things I've learned to be content, in all things I've learned to give thanks. So whether I'm prepared and I go in there and I, whatever that situation is, and I know what it is, and I know how to figure it out, and I know how to deal with it, and it works out, we thank him. But even in those moments, anybody ever been there? Even in those moments when you don't have the answers, when you don't understand, when it doesn't make sense, when you don't, when you're not prepared, somehow, some way, it works out. You ought to tell them thank you, because in that moment, it wasn't you. It wasn't your intellect. It wasn't your job. It wasn't the house that you live in. It wasn't the car that you drive. But it just worked out. And is there anybody in the space tonight on this Monday night can give him it just all worked out praise? It just all worked out. Yeah, you did it backwards. Yeah. You didn't have it all together, but it worked out. You stumbled upon an answer that you did not know. And even though you didn't have all of the correct steps, didn't make all of the correct steps, but in the midst of it, you stumbled upon an answer and it all worked out. Anybody glad about that tonight? Yeah. It worked out. And I would argue that even in our lives, when we least expected it, when we weren't looking for him, we weren't looking to be on this path, but somehow, some way, it all worked out. When we weren't praying, but somebody was praying for us, and it all worked out. When we were struggling, money was funny, but somebody showed up, put a little change in your hand, and it all worked out. When you were trying to go left, but he wanted you to go right, you was like Jonah, you was in the belly of the beast, but it all worked out. See, there are some lessons that need to be learned outside of what I already know. And so what did I learn? What did I learn through this experience? Some things you just got to be calm about, even when everything all around you, when you're in the midst, everything all around you looks like chaos. Yeah, this is the lesson that Jesus is trying to teach his disciples when the boat gets shaky. And they kind of like, I was operating last night kind of shaky. Hey, what is going on here? What is happening here? And they run down to Jesus and they shake him and he looks at them and he says, come on now, fellas. And he walks up to the bow as calmly as he can and he just simply begins to speak peace. Yes, some things, even in life when it feels like chaos is all around, there's something about being calm in the midst of your storm. Yeah. Number two, what else? There's something about being calm in the midst of the storm. Number two, what did I learn? Also, teamwork makes the dream work. So even though we were doing everything wrong and everything backwards, we was doing it together. You understand what I'm saying? We were doing it together, figuring it out together. Yeah, you know that passage where it says one can put 1,000 to flight, but two can put 10,000 to flight. Teamwork makes the dream work. And so many of us, we are out here struggling by ourselves, failing to realize, especially in this walk of faith, that it's better together. I get it. I understand all of the excuses. I know all of the things. I don't need this. I don't want to be. But it's better together. In the midst of the chaos, here it is. In the midst of the chaos, we're struggling through the struggle together. See, it's something to be said about recognizing and understanding that ain't nothing wrong with working together. Ain't nothing. We were built, y'all. We were built to do this together, not by ourselves. And sometimes in life, I know we want to think that we can handle it all by ourselves, but there is nothing wrong. Having a friend, having family, having a spouse, having somebody that you can go through the chaos of life with together. Now, I ain't talking, some of y'all gonna take this little clip and think I'm talking about everybody need to get married. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying it's better together. It's better if you have good friendships. It's better to be in community, in the community of believers, and not to be in a community of believers, but yet still trying to walk in isolation. Teamwork makes the dream work. And then number three, what did I learn? There's always something new that you can learn. There is always something new to be learned. There's always something new to be learned. That's the faith journey. That's what the faith journey is all about. We go from faith to faith to faith. There's always something new to be learned. We don't have it all figured out. And there's always something new to be discovered, to be learned, to fade out, to walk out. There's always something new. You don't have all of the answers, and that's okay. Some people feel like they got to have all of the answers, but listen, as we walk this journey, or as we live this journey out, we are always learning, always growing, because there's always something new to learn. If you'd have told me last night when I went to bed that today I would be doing all types of research on bats, I would have looked at you like you was crazy. But there's always something new to learn. So embrace that. We don't have it all. There's always something new to learn, and be open to learn and be open to discover. And so many people, especially kind of in our context and in our faith, they think they have all of the answers. It was kind of like them Pharisees that Jesus ran up against. They thought they had all of the answers. Matter of fact, Jesus tells them, hey, if you was really, about my Father's business, then you would be happy to see me. And they said, wait a minute, you tripping. We got all of the answers. Moses was our father. And Jesus says, well, if that was really true, then you would be happy to see me, because he longed to see me. See, if you're the type of person who doesn't understand the value of learning and growing and discovering and opening up your mind to new things and new possibilities, you will always be stifled in the past of what used to be, instead of pressing forward into the future of what can be. So yeah, you're never too old to learn something new. So even though it was chaotic, it was crazy, it was confusing, I learned some things, discovered some things. And so I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to even sit here and talk that out. Who would have thought this Monday, I would sit down and be talking about that. But you see how I took my story and shared my story with you all. And then through that story, we learned something together. You dig what I'm saying? We learned something together. I think Shakira is late because I already said that. You know what I mean? And this is why it's important to tell your story, no matter what that story is, because listen, we can all learn and grow from various things. You feel what I'm saying? And so out of my backstory came a story of deliverance, a story of the Bible. Did you hit all the Bible references and all of that stuff? We even got the story had that type of moment. Say what? I think Jermaine from the beginning was like, whoa, what? You know what I'm saying? Say what? What else we get? Yeah, we even got oh my God. Yeah, we even had that in the story. See, so tell your story, share your story. You never know how your story can help and bless somebody else, no matter how crazy your story might be. Feel what I'm saying? No matter how crazy your story might be. All right, in the last few minutes, I'm taking some of your questions. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments section. I'll take one of your questions tonight. Who's all hanging out with us? Come on, if you got any question tonight. Leanna Howitt. Okay, help me. Did you seal? Okay, did you seal? No, I'm gonna have somebody else and come and deal with that. Have some professionals come deal with that, because you know what I mean. I'm good. One go round is good enough for me. I'm gonna have some professionals come in. Look at that. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what, I got some wisdom too, some things, hey, some things, I'm good, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna have professionals come and take a look at that thing. So I think, yeah. Yeah. Well, when I stepped outside today, I was like, look at all of this leafage. You know what I mean? All of this leafage, um, and I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of trees and everything, like in my yard and everything. So, some people like all of that stuff and shade and all of that stuff. But when I look out and I see trees and I see bushes and I see all of that stuff, all I see is animals. That's what I see. I see more. I see animals coming into my yard. I see work. That's what I see, and it's true because over here, yeah. I mean, skunks. We dealing with groundhogs over here, and now bats, and it's yeah. I ain't with it. I'm just keeping it 100. I ain't with it. You know what I mean? But that's what I see when I see all of that stuff. I just see work and I see animals. I just see, you know, man, this just looks like good hiding places for animals. That's what I see. And so I think I'm gonna get through this winter, and then I'm gonna get somebody over here to get to chopping these trees. I ain't. That's what I think is gonna happen. I ain't, because I know I'm not gonna do it, but I'm gonna get somebody. You know what I mean? That's what I think I'm gonna do. For real, for real. You know what I mean? But Usabi. You know what I mean? See, all you can do is laugh. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at this stuff that happens. But again, it just, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to get my landscaper to do, because I got this guy cutting my grass and everything like that. But here lately, I just haven't been happy about it because you pay somebody and then you want them, when you come out, you want it to look neat. You want everything to be trimmed and everything. And in my mind, he just cutting grass. He ain't, he ain't giving that look that I wanna see. So we'll see about next summer or whatever. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you. If my story tonight has been a blessing to you, make sure that you go ahead and hit the stars button. Again, we're asking everyone for 300 stars, which is simply $3. And a simple way to do that, right there next to your comment section, you'll see a little button that says give stars. Just click on that and it'll walk you through how to do it. Yeah, it'll walk you through how to do it. Don't look at your neighbor. Yeah, don't look at your neighbor.
Don't say nothing.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I think he's talking to you.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, all y'all go ahead and hit that stars button tonight if you don't mind. We certainly will appreciate it. So let's go out this way with a little bit of music here, because we always try to lead with some music. Let me see if I can pull some up. I've been kind of in this vein, so let's see if we can make this run. I don't know. I just been wanting to hear a lot. I just love live music, and so I think y'all can tell from. And I love all types of music, but I just love live music, all genres. You know what I mean? One day I'm gonna drop some country on y'all, but I don't think y'all ready for it yet, for it right now. But I was listening to this little groove a little bit today. Y'all let me know how you feel.
I know a place where people ring true. The sort of place they really care about you.
on the soul side of town. Y'all know what it is?
It's not a
Hey,
place
I'm out of here. I love y'all
that
so much.
people
Thank you
want
so much for
to,
tuning in. I need
but
to get
you
out of
can
here.
find it
Thank
with
you
your
for all this great
point
work
of
that you guys
view.
here every Monday, Wednesday,
Everybody's
Friday
welcome,
night, 8
no
p.m.
matter
Make
who
sure
you are.
you tell
It's
somebody
one
something
big
that's going on
family,
in this
and
space. You hang
everyone's
out
a
with your
star.
boy.
It's a
You can help us
world
keep this
away.
thing moving. Just invite somebody, text somebody,
But
tag somebody.
people
We're here. It's every Monday,
say,
Wednesday, Friday,
well, you
8
can
p.m. Love y'all
free
so
your
much. Let's rock our
mind,
attention a little bit more on this
leave all
side
your
of the
cares
soul.
behind. On the soul side of town.
Soul side, soul side.
Yeah, soul
Hey,
side.
play that thing. I gotta get out of here. Love y'all so much. Talk to you real soon.
Play it,
But
Roger,
we
baby.
bouncing on the soul side of town. Hey.
Come on.
All right, man. We'll talk to y'all real soon. Love you so much. Peace. One more time.
Listen to me now.